Mark COKER is the founder of SMASHWORDS, the world's largest distributor of self-published ebooks. Founded in 2008, SMASHWORDS now represents over 130,000 authors and small independent presses around the world. Mark is also a contributing columnist for Publishers Weekly and host of the popular Smart Author podcast. Please join me in welcoming Mark COKER.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back. I think the last time I was here was 2011, 2012. Were you here then? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for returning. And you look familiar. Were you here?
No. I know you for some reason. You look familiar too.
I watch that microphone.
For Snippy. All right. So my talk tonight is 7 Trends Driving the Future of Authorship. I've got a lot of slides to go through, so if you have any questions, try to hold them until the end. I'll try to leave some time for questions, and I'm happy to stick around as long as anyone has questions. And no questions off limits. So let's jump into it. So first, my backstory. I fell into this business by accident. About 15 years ago, I met my future wife-to-be. She was a former reporter for Soap Opera Weekly magazine, and her job was to interview the soap opera actors in Hollywood and then write stories about them. When I met her, she told me how the actors and actresses were more over-the-top nuts in real life than they were on the screen. And I thought that was really interesting. I suggested she should write a book about it. She said, well, why don't we write a book together? And I always dreamed of writing a book, just not about soap operas, but we plunged into it, and we moved to Hollywood and interviewed a bunch of almost 50 soap opera industry insiders, collected their dirt, and we moved to a little cabin in Vermont for 4 months and wrote our novel together. We were lucky enough to get represented by one of the top literary agencies in New York City. They were called Distel and Goderich back then. For 2 years, they tried to sell our book to all the major publishers of commercial women's fiction, and for 2 years, they got nothing but rejection. The publishers didn't want to take a chance on our book because previous soap opera-themed novels hadn't performed well in the marketplace. So as you might imagine, that was a really disappointing experience to see our dreams crushed like that. The sole extent of our dreams was to see our book published in print at Barnes & Noble, because that's where we went every night for date night, every Friday night. Our agent suggested that we consider self-publishing, and I had already started investigating self-publishing a little bit, but I found it to be really unsatisfying, this idea of self-publishing in print and filling our garage with thousands of unsold copies of our novel. But my background is Silicon Valley, and I thought, maybe there's a solution to this problem. And the problem, as I saw it, is that the large publishers were unable and disinterested and incapable of saying yes to every writer. Their business model forces them to acquire the rights to projects that they think have the greatest commercial potential. But the more I thought about it, the more upset I got about this whole notion that we cannot value books. We can't place a monetary value on books. Books are worth more than money to humanity. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was someone out there that could say yes to every writer, that could allow every writer in the world to publish at no cost, and let the readers decide what's worth reading. So disintermediate the gatekeepers, the agents and the publishers, and let the readers decide. And so that idea was the genesis for SMASHWORDS. 10 years ago, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary. We launched SMASHWORDS. So SMASHWORDS, if you're not familiar with it, how many people here are with SMASHWORDS? All right, a few. Thank you. So if you're not familiar with SMASHWORDS, SMASHWORDS is a free ebook publishing platform. So we make it fast, free, and easy to self-publish ebooks. We only do ebooks. We only make money if your book sells. We take a commission that works out to about 10% of the list price. So we make it possible for you to self-publish an ebook, and then we distribute your book to most of the major retailers. So that's what we launched in 2008. So when I first spoke here, it was just a few years in, and we were quite a bit smaller then. Today, we're publishing almost 500,000 books, working, as Nancy mentioned, with over 130,000 authors around the world. So that's my background on SMASHWORDS. This talk is not about SMASHWORDS, though. I'm here to talk about 7 trends driving the future of publishing. But if you'd like to learn more about how to self-publish ebooks and learn more about the topics that I'm talking about today, I encourage you to check out my podcast. It's available at Apple iTunes and every other podcast source, or you can go to smashwords.com/podcast. We've got about 13 episodes, and it's all about how to think, act, publish, promote like a professional publisher. Check it out. All right, so let's get started with the 7 trends. So these 7 trends I'm about to discuss are turning the old world of publishing upside down. You're going to learn how, as a writer, as an author, you are standing at the epicenter of this change. And you're going to learn how to harness these trends to your advantage. You'll learn why there's never been a better time to be an author. And I should also say that I'm giving you my 7 trends talk. I've got a 10 trends talk that I do that's a lot darker and drearier, where I talk about Amazon. So I'm happy to talk about Amazon and the questions if we get to it, but this we don't talk about Amazon much in this one. That's why it's all cheery. Most of it cheery. All right, so the first trend is the rise of ebooks. So screens are the new paper. 10 years ago, when we launched SMASHWORDS, ebooks accounted for 0.5% of the overall book market. They were a factor. But what we saw from 2008 onward was just this dramatic exponential growth, much of it driven by Amazon and then the entry of Apple into the book market, Barnes & Noble into the ebook market. And by 2012, ebooks were accounting for about 20% of the book market. What we've seen in the last few years is that ebooks have plateaued at around 25% of the market, give or take. So we've reached an equilibrium in the market between print and the ebook format. But this market share really understates the true impact that ebooks have had on reading and on publishing, because ebooks are priced dramatically lower than print books. So from a unit market share, from the percentage of words read on screens compared to paper, we're probably over 50% of reading is now happening on screens. So as you think about your publishing future, you want to just take this knowledge and make sure that digital is key to your publishing strategy, that you've got a digital presence with ebooks. So why are ebooks popular? Why did they become popular so quickly? I think the reason is that for a lot of readers, screen reading ebooks offer a more pleasurable reading experience. You can click a button and increase the font size, and suddenly you've got large type. So you can customize the reading experience to your desires. Ebooks also appeal to probably the 3 biggest drivers of consumer behavior. One is the lower cost. We love things that cost less than other things. Another thing is the huge selection. And then the third thing is the convenient and instant sampling, discovery, purchasing, and reading that ebooks allow. Because with an ebook, once you find the book you want, it's just a couple more clicks and instant reading pleasure.